Welcome to our notes on inverse matrices. Students will be able to find the inverse of a matrix of a 2 by 2 by hand and the inverse of any square matrix with the calculator. Some vocabulary we need to know. The identity matrix is a square matrix with ones along the diagonals and 0 everywhere else. The properties it has is that if you multiply matrix A with the inverse, you will get the matrix A back. So just think it's like multiplying a number by 1. So like 2 times 1 will just give you 2. So a matrix times the identity matrix of the same size will just give you the matrix A. The inverse matrix is a matrix such as the matrix A raised to the negative 1 such that the inverse of A times A will give you the identity matrix. Be careful because sometimes the inverses do not exist. Example 1, write the 5 by 5 identity matrix. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 1. I'm going to write 4 zeros underneath. That's my 5 rows. And I'm going to write 4 zeros after that. And that's my 5 columns. Then I'm going to start with the 1 here, zeros everywhere else, like so. And put another 1 here, and another 1 here, and lastly, there we go. So this is my 5 by 5 identity matrix. Now you try writing the 4 by 4 identity matrix. So first, it would be good to actually write the formula for how you find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. So the notation, if I had the matrix with elements A, B, C, D, like so, you're going to find the inverse. That's going to be 1 over the determinant of this matrix, which is going to be AD minus BC, times the matrix. That is the following. What you're going to do is you're going to switch A and D. So you're going to write D first, A very last. And then you're going to change the sign on B and the sign on C. So if you find that formula, then you will be able to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. There will be no matrix if the determinant of that matrix is 0. So no matrix if the determinant is 0. Also, because you can't find a determinant for a non-square matrix, you can't find an inverse of a non-square matrix. So example 1, let's find the inverse of this matrix right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the determinant. So I'm going to do 1 over the determinant, which is 4 times 6 minus negative 5 times negative 9 times this matrix. I'm going to switch 4 and 6, and I'm going to change the signs on 5 and 9. Well, actually, it was negative 5, so I must turn it into positive 5. It was negative 9, now I must turn it to positive 9. Alright, so when I simplify that, I get 1 over negative 21 times this matrix. And now, this is now just scalar multiplication, so this is negative 6 over 21, negative 5 over 21, negative 9 over 21, and negative 4 over 21. So I'm actually going to change this size a little bit. Let's clean that one up a little bit. You can also then go ahead and simplify, or, it's probably best to get that practice here and there. So negative 2 over 7 minus 5 over 21, negative 3 over 7, negative 4 over 21. and that is the inverse of this 2 by 2 matrix. So just a quick correction, this really should be example 2. It should be fixed on your paper, but if it's not, my apologies. It's example 2, practice 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to example 3 and practice 3. This time, I'm not going to actually have you find the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix by hand. I'm going to actually have you use the calculator. So go ahead and get your calculator out and I'll show you how to do that. We are now going to find the inverse of a 3 by 3 matrix using the calculator. So make sure you're at your home screen. Go ahead, click on second x to the negative 1 to put us in our matrix calculator. I'm just going to override the old matrix that we had in here because I can see I had a 3 by 3. So I'm going to go to edit and I'm just going to override everything here. So the matrix I want to put in here is 2, negative 2, 5, then negative 2, 3, negative 2, 3, 6, oh, not 6, negative 6, so I'm going to do that, negative 4. Once that's entered, you want to go ahead and press second quit to get back to your home screen, and then second matrix. And now I'm going to call matrix A and press enter. And then I'm actually going to push this button, x to the negative 1, and that is going to tell me my matrix. So go ahead and copy this matrix down for the I do. And then you use the same method in order to find the matrix for practice number 3.